anymore, but they were using this product. So I have here something that you guys are very familiar with, which you can purchase this in any store today. This is something that's on the shelf currently that you always use. So, and then I have here our Cherish Pad. And as you can see, can anybody just tell me a difference that you see between the two just from eyeballing it?
That one is thinner.
This one is thinner. Do you see anything else that might be different?
The package is white.
Okay. So the main thing is that this product, before you even put it on, is contaminated because it's not sealed properly. This is open. As women, we take a few and we drop them in our pocketbooks or in our pockets or whatever, and before, you know, we go to use it, it's already contaminated. It's not sealed properly. Whereas this one you can see is totally sealed. So that's the main thing, is the sanitary, the sanitation of the product before you even use it. So I have the pad here, which they say is an 8 to 10 hour product. And then I have our product here. Gynecologists say that when women do their menstrual flow, we flow between 15 and 50 milliliters. So we're going to put 50 milliliters of water in the cup. 50. Sit it down so it's level. Okay, and as you guys can see, that's at the 50 milliliter line. Do you see that? It's at the 50 milliliter line. And we're going to take that and pour it on the leading brand.
Bless you.
Bless you. While we're doing this, I just want to ask, does anybody have any idea of what your current sanitary products are made of? Exactly. That's exactly what it is. It's trash, literally. It's wood chips and old recycled paper that they put through an 8-step process to bleach it to make it appear white. Bleach definitely is not supposed to be up in our private area. Then we have this blue strip here, which is dye. That's definitely not supposed to be in our private area. And if you look at the packaging here, the bag is plastic. And then they put industrial glue. Glue that you can purchase from Home Depot is on the back, which adheses with the adhesive that they use is industrial glue. So just an FYI. So this is 50 milliliters of water. If you can eyeball that, you can see that's 50. And I'm going to pour it on our brand. I know to the naked eye, you think this is very thin and it might not. Most people say, oh, this is not going to hold me. Okay? So ladies, how many times would you say when you're on your menstrual flow do you think that you would change your pad during the course of a day? 5. Don't tell me you wear a tampon. Oh. That's even worse.
Yes.
Your menstrual flow is never supposed to be plugged up. It's always supposed to flow out. That's just a breeding ground for bacteria, and that's where the toxic shock syndrome come into play. Actually, they just had a young girl that just died from that in this area a couple of months ago. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a napkin, and I'm going to have you just push on that for me. You can push on it, don't be scared, push on it. And as you can see, the water is gushing out. And this is what we're feeling when we have our menstrual flow. The water is not absorbing because, as I mentioned, that it's made of trash and it's made of recycled paper. That's not absorbent material. So you're feeling wet all the time when we have our menstrual flow. And this is why also we have infections. We always have yeast infections, all these kind of different infections because everything is just sitting at the top of the pad. So as you can see, it's soaking wet, right? So I'm going to have you put that same force and press on the Cherish pad. And press hard as you can.
Oh my gosh.
Nothing comes out. You won't be able to get a drop. You can't get a drop of water out of there. Right? It's completely dry. I can even take this and wring it out on here, and it'll still absorb all the rest of this water as well. You see how this is pouring out. None of this is how when you're having your menstrual flow, this is what we're going through. That stuff is just sitting right at the top of your pad, and it's not absorbing anything. And I can tap this and still, I'm only tapping it from the back because my hand is wet, but you still really won't get anything from that.
Sounds full too.
Yeah, so as I mentioned, that this pad has dye at the top. So once you mix dye with bleach, with trash and recycled wood, with industrial glue that heats up to 98 degrees down there when we're having our menstrual cycle, and we're wondering why we're having all of these cramping and fibroids and all of these things that we're having, and we're almost thinking it's normal because we get it so much, like cramping and fibroids. It's becoming like a normal thing. We think this is a normal thing for women, but it's not. It's not. You're not supposed to have cramping during your menstrual. You're not supposed to have heavy bleeding during your menstrual either. Whereas our pad here, we have a negative ion, algae strip that's infused with negative ions. And if any of you are familiar with your science, you know negative ions has a lot of health benefits. So it reduces cramping, it kills bacteria. So women that have been using this product, actually I can speak from experience, my daughters have been using this product since March. My youngest daughter had a heavy flow from 7 to 10 day cycle. I'm talking extremely heavy. Since she's been using this product, she's down to a 4 to 5 day cycle. Pretty normal. And she also had heavy cramping as well. And the cramping has reduced. I don't have a menstrual, but I'm going through menopause. And I use the panty liner every day, and it controls my hot flashes. So it has a lot of health benefits to these to this Cherish pad. Because as I mentioned, it's an algae strip infused with negative ions. And negative ions has a lot of health benefits as far as reducing cramping, killing bacteria, and all of those kind of things. So over the course of time using it, you'll start seeing some of those benefits as well. So yeah, so please know what's in your pad, because it's none of that stuff that we're using is good for us.
Let me get you there and put it in my pocket.
So this is the Cherish pad.
So that piece in the middle, that purple piece, that's not like the piece that was in that.
No, ma'am. The piece that was in this leading brand is dye. Ours is algae strip infused with negative ions. And when you get time, Google negative ions, and you'll see a ton of benefits that will come up that that you get from negative ions. It's almost like the they call it like the Earth's. It's almost like that feeling when you get when you're at a waterfall, at the beach, and all of that stuff. Those are negative ions in the air. So that's why we always calm and you feel good when you're at the beach or at a waterfall or something like that. Those are negative ions being released in the air. So that's what is infused in our pads here that has great health benefits.
I got a question.
Sure.
I was told too that this, I guess this one has whatever everything's in it, it actually causes you to bleed more.
That's right. And that's another thing. It's true. They put chemicals in the pads to make you bleed more so you can buy more. And that's this is just the evil game that's being played with. This is, and you know the thing about it is that this product is not new. These Cherish pads is not new. This product has been out for 20 years in other countries. They just haven't brought it to the US. Because you know here there's no money in a cure. There's always money, lots of money in keeping us sick. That's why you not only your pads, but watch out for what you're eating and everything else, because it's just sad what's happening.
Well, I learned that,
And
everyone.
one more thing, I just wanted to add this. Watch what you buy from China, your products that you get. I was told from someone, or it was mentioned at one time, that your bras, that the bras that we wear,
They
coming
putting things
from-
in the
they put in
products to
some-
make us sick.
Yeah, some kind of material or.
Well, how would you know that?
But you
won't.
don't,
If it's
so don't
made.
buy, you know,
I think they
watch
put
your.
If it says made in China, don't buy it.
formaldehyde in
Oh, if it
garbage
made it,
bottles.
oh, okay.
Once that's made in China.
Oh, okay.
Made in China, yeah.
It's just really
Just
sad
watch, you
what's
gotta
happening.
watch everything that you get now. I mean, you know, that's coming to the
Okay,
States.
Okay.
Yeah, but your private area, we really have to be careful with that, you know what I'm saying? And once you have all of these harmful chemicals that heats up to 98 degrees when you're on your menstrual cycle, that's just a breeding ground for a bunch of bacteria, bleeding and cramping and fibroids, and even in some cases cancer, over the course of years of
We gotta
use.
keep our eyes open, our ears popped, you know, because it's serious out there.
I know that. I know that.
Yeah.
That's